Com. Adam Sandoval and Parker Turley here, giving you guys the information you need to know for all the state matchups for 1A through 4A. And we've worked our way to the 3A Division II state championship between state powerhouse number one Canadian and newcomer Franklin. Franklin comes into this game 12-2, and Canadian enters with a 14-1 record. Canadian averages 58 points per game and gives up 12 points per game on defense. And Franklin scores 45 points per game and gives up 20 points on defense. So you talk about defensively, both of these teams don't give up a lot of points, but their offenses definitely put up a lot of numbers. So talk about what these defenses are going to have to do to slow down the opponent's offense.
These defenses really have to do what they've been doing all season. I mean, this is small division football, and what we really see a lot in small division football is a lot of high scoring. So if your defense can go out and make his presence first and dominate and get the first couple of stops.
Definitely. And you talk about key players for both teams. Canadian running back Hayes Huffstedler carries the load. Last week he had 140 yards and 2 touchdowns. And QB Josh Colwell, he can run the ball, he can throw the ball to keep the defense guessing. And you talk about having to have balance against Franklin's defense is very important. So Canadian relies on the rushing attack a lot, but talk about what the quarterback Josh Colwell can do to open up the offense more in this state championship game.
And opening up more really for Josh is to reestablish himself. He's coming off of an injury and he's been proving himself all year. So with him bringing Canadian to the state championship again, with a very hard fought win over Munster, it shows the grit he has and that he's ready to come in here and give Canadian a state championship.
Definitely. And you have a hungry team on the other side in Franklin. They have running back Malcolm Murphy. He has 5,000 all purpose yards this season, which is very impressive, especially at the 3A level.
Yeah,
And
like I said earlier, with it being small division football, it's a lot of high scoring game. But with his stats, it shows that he gets keyed in when Franklin gets puts up headline numbers. But I mean, you're gonna get a 5,000 yard performance from just any athlete unless him very special. And you know, coming out of Franklin, with Franklin being a newcomer team, putting it on the map, and this is going to be a great stage for him to show off and showcase his skill.
definitely. And you talk about the keys to the game for Canadian. They have to have a balanced attack offensively. You talk about Josh Colwell coming off an injury. You talk about him reestablishing himself. They definitely have to get him involved early and show that they trust him to make big plays down the stretch. And as well, they have to be physical in the trenches. Franklin runs the wing T offense, so you definitely have to keep your eyes disciplined. That's very important in this game because wing T, you have people moving all over the place and you don't always know where the ball is, so you got to do your job. And then the keys to the game for Franklin, they have to wrap up because running back Hayes for Canadian, he definitely can break those tackles and runs with power. And Adam, what's the biggest component of this game that you think it's going to come down to? Down the stretch. What do you think each team has to do to get a state title?
What each team has to do for me is honestly keep bringing up the scoreboard. I do feel that this will be a high scoring game as well. And honestly, I feel like it'll be a real race to the finish. First couple of games, I said the defenses finally win, but honestly,
Definitely. You talk about both these teams having great offenses, and I agree. I think it will come down to who scores less, just because time management, that's a huge component. So, favorite part of the segment, predictions for this game: Canadian versus Franklin. Who do you think is going to win the 3A Division Two state championship?
3A Division Two. I'm gonna go first up with the win is gonna go with Canadian, and I will give them a score of 49-45.
Definitely a high scoring affair to be expected in this one. And I'm going to go with the underdog Franklin. I think that the wing T offense is going to be hard to stop. And Canadian has had some trouble stopping the running attack this season. Their defense has been great, but it's definitely a different type of challenge to stop the wing T. And if they can do it, I'll give them props, but I think Franklin's going to win this game 41-36. So thank you guys for tuning in to our state previews. Check out FridayNightGlory.com for our coverage of the state playoffs for 5A and 6A, and follow us for coverage of the state championships all week. We'll be giving all the information out that you can need and all the coverage that you'll want to see. So for FridayNightGlory.com, this was Adam Sandoval and Parker Turley. Thank you for tuning in.